It's over, Batman. Batman. Batman.
Welcome to Curiosity Public. My name is Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Delightful, respectful Dylan.
Nobody believes it. Let's forget that ever happened. All right, guys. Well, welcome to yet another episode of our Ultimate Spirits Competition, our quest to review every sipping spirit on the face of the planet and subject it to our Crazy Hearth 100-point scoring system. And in this episode, Johnnie Walker High Rye.
Johnny.
High Rye. Have you guys had this before?
Yes.
Right before we shot this
Just
video?
now.
No.
Okay.
Before.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Long time ago.
I found this, well, I won't say anything, but this is a newer release from Johnnie Walker. Let's get a look at the bottle here. High Rye, blended Scotch whiskey. Look at that. Very cool looking bottle. 45% alcohol, so we're at a little bit of a higher proof point here. And as you can see here on the side, it's got a nose of sweet wood spice, a finish of dry rye spice. Look at that. Rye has been used in whiskey making as far back as 1784. This is a mash bill of rye, barley, and wheat with at least 60% rye. The whiskey is aged in first fill and refill American oak casks at their bonded warehouse. So, a little different. Price point on this, Dylan?
It's about $25 to $30.
I'll get us poured. You got anything else?
So this is a brand new offering, right? And, wow, that's a lot of
I just completely missed the glass, but okay.
terrible. So, you know, Johnnie Walker wanted to do something different. I mean, they've been doing, they came out with like Johnnie Blonde.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted to come out with something that had a slightly different flavor profile. You know what's interesting is that, you know, they have that, I think their new master distiller who worked on Jane Walker. Like she, you know, that Jane Walker flavor profile was that slightly sweeter, like old Johnnie Walker style. And I feel like they're experimenting with a lot of that. And did he read off like what the blends are?
Yeah, what they used, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so,
I didn't have percentages. Do you have percentages?
Yeah, so it's like 60% rye.
says at
Mash
least
bill of
60.
60% rye. Aged in American oak barrels. And then there are, like, they also blended single malts from distilleries such as Cardew.
And we're at a little bit of a higher proof point, right?
Yeah.
90. So for members of Curiosity Private, we're going to compare this to, do you have it?
No?
Guess we're not comparing.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, I do have it. We're going to compare it to good old Johnnie Walker Black. We're probably going to do a bottle kill in the process.
Pretty much
'cause
finished with.
This one is pretty much finished, yeah. But it is a little bit lower proof, so that'll be an interesting comparison between these two. About the same price point. This is a 12-year age-stated blend. High rye, no age statement. Dylan's already going in, so let's get tasting. Again, that's for members Curiosity Private. If you want to become a member, hit the join button down below, and you can chastise Dylan for not letting his whiskey open up and just scoring too early, as he always does, right?
Wait, somebody's talking?
All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, so we've had some time to taste. We've all scored it. We haven't discussed it. We haven't looked at each other's scores, none of that.
Don't know.
We're going to reveal our initial scores, but before we do that, Jules is going to tell you guys all about our scoring system.
That's right. We have 10 categories
Succinct.
that add up to 100 points and include aroma, flavor, body, complexity, balance, finish, uniqueness, drinkability, aesthetics, and value. Flavor, we weigh at 20 points. Aesthetics and value at 5 points each. And you can score in our competition. If you get a 60 and above, go from bronze, silver, gold. Oh, yeah, sorry. You can medal if you score a 60 and above. Bronze, silver, gold, to diamond.
All right, guys, let's get into this. My initial score. Of course, this can all change once we start discussing it. I gave this a 66.
60.
A 63.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's kick it off with aroma 4.
Really?
Whoa.
This smelled like chemicals to me. I did not like anything on the nose.
There was some of that, but I gave it a 6. I was able to tease out stuff.
Yeah.
flavors, some.
What did you
yeah,
give
I'm
it?
getting some of
mean,
the spice out
what'd
of
you give
it.
it,
Dutch has the broken nose.
But what did you give it?
I gave it a 7.
Oh,
I thought it was kind of a standard Johnnie Walker
No.
fare, but I'm gonna go in. I think I can go into more detail when we review the flavor. But
Dude, wait, hang on a second. Smell my glass. This had bespoken in it. This smells like chemicals.
let me see.
It does smell different, doesn't it?
it does smell different. You have a tainted glass. Did you have something else in there before?
No.
It is different from mine.
Man, I think you guys are.
It is though.
I think it's different. I think it smells
there's
different.
enough of
All right, fine.
I'll
Just
get
get
it.
another.
Fine, give me a re-pour. Chemical overlay over it.
I don't do dishes.
All right, I'll revisit the aroma. Why don't we move on in the meantime to flavor?
No. We haven't talked about it here. So here's the thing about the aroma. It has the Johnnie core, but here's the problem: the loss of peat. I think this is a very, very interesting academic exercise for me. And I didn't realize what peat did. I mean, I would talk about how, I love certain whiskeys that have that peat or smoke because it allows you to accentuate the other aromas or flavors, right? It's like the platter in which the bouquet of flavors or food is displayed or presented. And it sometimes enhances everything. When you start taking that away, you see like the flaws a lot more. So I did get like very, very thin,
this is closer now, dude.
thin apple.
Yeah.
I got like raw stone fruit, but you get that grain, which you might have given it a pass if the peat was there, but you can't anymore, and it just kind of intercepts that.
The grain does overwhelm here.
Yeah, and so but it was still Johnnie core, and it wasn't
I'm still
unpleasant.
getting this overlay of like formaldehyde, like something like paint thinner on the top of it.
You're absolutely wrong.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I can smell those flavors in there, but there's something so off-putting over the top of it that I can't even get there. I can't even get to a 5.
I don't think
I
so.
get it.
I disagree.
Well, fine. That's why we have a panel.
It's very sweet. It's a very sweet,
It's not
simple.
very.
No.
It's
You know what it is? It's like if this represented Johnnie Walker, right? The usual like a Johnnie Walker Black. Let's use that. It's like they took away like the foundation. They like took it away and then like really muted everything, and it's very difficult to tease out. But it's there. It's there. The heart of Johnnie Walker is still there.
Agree to
And so
disagree.
that's why it was still pleasant. So it's above a 5, and I thought it had enough variety to score a 7.
You're still talking?
Yeah. Let's move on to flavor. 14.
15.
13.
Okay, we're all in the same wheelhouse. Yeah, I mean, sweet,
Yeah.
slight grain, pleasant,
Yeah.
but there wasn't anything like super interesting about it. I don't know.
It desperately needed the peat.
It desperately needed something else.
Because it needed the contrast.
I was getting some of it, but I mean, I like that it didn't overwhelm.
No, I mean,
and I think that's what's pleasant.
it's like the adage, right? You can't understand the good without the bad or evil.
I don't even think it. Is that an S?
So I like how you pointed at himself.
I don't know. To me,
Yeah.
it's just too mundane. It needs something else. I don't
It
know.
needed the peat. It needed the peat.
It needs a peat. It
needs
a
a
peat.
That's really racist, guys. No, it needed the peat. It needed the peat. It needed the peat, and
we just lost Jewel.
I feel
Oh my
like
god.
I feel like you could still taste the grain. And
yeah, the grain-
and the
yeah,
grain kind of overwhelms.
To me, it needed another flavor.
And I felt like here, this told me like, oh, okay, are they trying to use this as a mixer? Right? Are supposed to use this as
I
a
don't-
mixer? Because I'm trying to figure out where it fit. Like if you wanted true rye flavors, I feel like you would just go after like
I don't know.
like an American whiskey style rye.
I found it to be very, very pleasant. Like there was nothing off-putting. There just wasn't there were no distinct flavors coming through. There was just general sweet, a little bit of grain, and then a gap. But it wasn't like anything was bad on the palate.
It felt like there's a component to it that reminds me of Irish whiskey.
Yeah. But so why a 13 though? Like, don't you think this should be? Because I originally had a 15.
But it's like an unrefined Irish whiskey to a degree, like the flavor profile. It desperately needs the peat for this one. It really.
I don't know that that's what it needs. But anyway, let's keep going, guys. Let's get to body. I actually kind of like the way this is in my palate. I give it a 7. Surprised me.
Oh, I give it a 6.
I give it a 6.
Okay.
Oh,
I give it a 6.
This is better than I was expecting, quite frankly. Maybe that's why I ended up higher than you guys. But I don't know. I thought it was good.
it's
Nice
okay.
coating.
The viscosity, I don't know if it was nice. It was kind of weak for me. And then after multiple sips, it's like it started to get drying. So
Fleeting.
yeah, that's a great word for it.
Yeah.
Because it just goes, man.
Maybe tasting it again. I think you guys are right. I think it is a 6. All right, so I'm going to drop down 1 point. Okay, moving on to complexity 6.
6.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, I see the 7.
I think it's there.
But I still think it's missing. Like, it's really just grain and undefined sweetness. Like, I can't. If I could pick out a single fruit or a single sugar type, like a molasses or anything, like it's just so generic.
I mentioned Irish whiskey because it has that, like, just a touch of apple. It's
didn't get that.
really thin. It's like a raw
That's exactly
green
like
apple.
I was looking for a
green
fruit
apple.
component.
Well,
to
the fact
anchor
that you
it,
got
and
that,
I didn't get
I understand
Yeah.
why you have a 7 now.
That's why I feel like there are parts that are Irish whiskey, there are parts that we see in kind of American style rye. I see the core Johnnie Walker in there. That's why I gave it a 7.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, moving on to balance. This is another one of those for what's here. I thought it was very well balanced. 7.
Give it a 6.
I gave it a 6.
And I think a lot of it's because the grain component ended up overwhelming.
It's the
more.
grain component.
It really doesn't for me. To me, the sweet really balances it out. Like they're right at the right levels.
I think when we compare it with the Johnny Black,
there you've got additional flavor.
You'll understand because the peat is going to come in, and it's going to prop up all of the flavors.
No, but see,
I didn't realize that peat could like mellow things out.
Yeah, but if you're saying there's grain and you're
I
saying
think that's where you
it's a
miss it.
concept
It's
that
like
I
how
didn't-
much it accentuates.
Yeah, I said in the past that it accentuates flavors, right? But I didn't realize it also can help with the balance as well, because it allows you to kind of.
I don't know if it does.
I think it hides some of the flaws that you could potentially get. And I think this is the reason why some of the peated ones you could get away with the younger spirits.
for the flavors that are here. There's nothing that's out of whack for me. You guys are feeling like the grain is way stronger than the sweetness, and I'm just not getting that. To me, they're very even.
Well, let me finish my thought about like Octomore.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Octomore being
still
like
thinking?
a 5-year. Like if you think about just Scotch, if somebody gave you a 5-year Scotch, right?
care with the
it's
age. I mean-
going to be like exercise in pain, right?
Not Octomore.
But Octomore is really great. It's really delicious, and that's because not because of the core flavors, but I think it's the peat that help balance and accentuate.
Or just masks a mismatch.
Yeah, but it still
I
helps
get that.
balance. It still helps.
I don't know. I think it's a Band-Aid. I don't think it really helps. I think it's just you can't tell because it's like hops in beer. Right? Like you can't taste past that really strong peat hit, so you can't tell what the levels actually are. It's like subsonic bass. Anyway.
Dutch win.
I don't know. I thought for what's here.
You're gonna say that for everything, right?
That's not true.
No.
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to finish. Finish 7.
I give it a 7.
Yeah.
Really?
Very long.
This
Surprisingly long,
No.
but bland.
Yeah.
bland and just short for me.
No, I can still
No,
taste it.
it's
It's
not
extremely long finish.
No, I don't know about
Wait, what did you give it?
extremely- I give it a 5.
Wow.
Middle of the road.
No, it's
Taste
longer
it
than
again.
that.
I don't know, man.
I
This
am,
goes on and on and on, but it's just like a one-note song.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
that's why. Maybe because it's so bland. It's like, oh, what's happening? like nothing.
No, it lingers.
You know, it's weird. It's long but thin, right? It's just long but thin, right?
All right, I'll go up one.
All right, so you're at a 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is bland.
It's kind of lingering, but it's
bland.
Yeah, you name it. It's just there's
one
nothing
note.
there. Like yeah.
But just simply
what
for
I'm
how long it
experiencing,
goes
but
on,
Yeah.
I had to give it points
Yeah.
here. All right, guys, uniqueness. Scotch with this mash bill, this flavor, pretty unique to me, 7.
I give it a 5.
I struggle with this, but I gave it a 6.
I think 5's a little low. You're saying this is middle of the road. What other scotch?
This is not middle of the road.
This is at least.
No, it's getting all of
no,
it
no,
to because of how unique it is for that. But then that's it.
No, average scotch is a 5. This is +1 at least.
This is at least +1. That's why I gave it a 6.
At least.
I gave it a 6. This is different.
It is different.
It is
This is
different.
different.
All right,
This
that's
is
fair.
different.
I'll go up one.
All right. Okay, next category, drinkability. I gave it a 7, but I'm not very confident with that number.
I give it a 5.
Yeah, I initially gave it a 7. I brought it down to a 6.
I think it's because I could keep drinking it, but I don't really want to.
Yes, that's
I
right.
think I am going to go down to a 6.
That's right. That's exactly why.
Exactly.
Just because it's so it's above a 5.
It's like
It's just boring.
It's
Right.
boring.
It's
It
boring.
is.
Like if
It
you
is.
poured this and we were just talking and I don't
be
have
fine.
to think about this, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Middle of the road,
Okay,
guy.
so I'm going to go down to a 6.
It's like water.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Middle of the
To me,
road,
it's a
guy.
little bit better than that.
I don't know.
Because it is kind of interesting. There is something there, and the finish is long enough that
But there's nothing happening there.
I don't know, but it's
just
nothing
long.
bad. It's just
It's not
it's like
long for me, but yeah.
water's a 10, according to Dylan.
Drinkability? Yes, it is a
So
10.
this should be pretty close to that, I think. All right, guys. Next category: aesthetics. 3.
3.
I gave it a 3.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
unanimity.
same old Johnny Walker bottle.
Yeah, just with a nice green
No,
accent.
but you know what? This does make it stand out.
Yeah.
just
Like
looks-
the wording actually is
And it's the green rye.
like I don't even
This is
read
messy.
it, but I
This is
could
messy.
tell. But I could tell that it's a
It looks
different
messy.
bottle.
It looks messy.
I could
What are you
tell it's a
talking
different
about?
bottle.
It's just as high rye. It's like in bigger font
It's fine.
size.
It's
That's
fine.
it.
It's not anything special, though.
All right.
Hey,
But yeah, I mean, we all scored the same, so
the color.
I know.
it's okay.
Okay, guys.
Did you say something? I don't know.
Final category value. I gave it a 4.
I give it a 3.
I started with a 3 and then I dropped it to a 2
Wow.
I get that because I was struggling with it too.
because I can't figure out
What is
why
this
I
for?
would get this.
Okay,
Exactly.
but you guys are forgetting $25 scotch. Mm-hmm. A lot of $25 scotch tastes like crap.
No, I would get Johnny Red. I would get Johnny Black.
Well, we're about to compare it. So
Johnny
we're-
Black is actually like
About the
$1,
same.
$2 cheaper than this. Okay,
I don't know
that's
what
why
utility.
I brought it down.
What's
I don't
its
know, man.
I
utility?
brought it down. So like, why wouldn't you get like a Dewar's, right? Why wouldn't
This
you
is better
get,
than white label doors by far for me. By
okay,
far.
but white label Dewar's is cheaper. Right?
So?
So like, what's the value? Why would I pay extra for that if you're gonna mix that too?
I don't know. I mean, if you're under the price of like the Glenlivet 12 and the Glenfiddich 12, right? Which this is lower than that. What else is here that you would spend $25 on? I don't know.
Like, I mean, I think you have to look at
Johnny
things like
Double?
Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie, like they came out with the X, but you can get a 10.
This is better than
super cheaper.
Glenmorangie X. This is
And then
exactly
you can
my
get,
point.
You can get like Glenlivet. you
Much
can
better
get-
than Glenmorangie X.
And even if we were to say, okay, let's talk about like Chivas, or you know, you could talk about
I don't know.
all the other scotches.
I think it kind of holds its own.
the blend scotches, right? The blends, not the single malts. You know, you're talking about a lot of variety.
this is also 90
and
proof.
this has to.
You're getting more alcohol.
You mean 94? I think it's 94.
Is it? I think it's 90. 45%.
Oh, 45.
Yeah, so-
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think it. I don't know. I think it's at least a 3. I think 2 is way too low on this.
You're convincing me to go up one.
That's what I mean. Like for $25, you're getting a 90 proof, very drinkable scotch that doesn't really taste like a lot of other blended
Okay.
scotches.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go back to a 3.
And it's a unique offering
fine.
by Johnny Walker.
I agree.
Okay,
That's
I'll go
why I
back
think it
to a 3.
justifies the price.
I'm going to
easily.
go up to a 4.
All right. Let's
And I
get.
need to retabulate.
Let's retabulate and get our final tallies. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Like Jules is going to be like 570.
Divided by 4.
All right, my final score for Johnny Walker High Rye, 64.
63.
64.
Very nice, guys. Which gives us
63.
our official Curiosity Public score for Johnny Walker High Rye. Yes, 63. Bronze.
done.
Low bronze.
Well done.
Well done, Johnny. I mean, they
For
could have.
$25, guys.
For 25.
$25.
You're getting the bronze. Dude, that's awesome.
right where it should be, I think. I think we all ended up very close, obviously. So
Because I got bullied.
not really. I think you guys were trying to bully me on aroma.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're totally wrong. on that. You're totally wrong on that.
But anyway,
will admit,
on that
There's
note,
no way.
On that note
It's
of
all synthetic. Like, dude, it's your nose hairs or something. You're sniffing glue.
on that note of unanimity, Jules, take us out.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Either way, just let us know how you feel.
I'm getting bullied.
Yeah, and for getting bullied. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help us out, please consider joining Curiosity Private, our membership program here on YouTube. We are also on Patreon, and we are selling t-shirts. You can pick that one up, and links will be in the description. We also have a podcast on all the major podcast platforms out there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious. You guys are supposed to be nice to me.
Be nice.
I'm always nice.
Be nice to me.
Be
I
polite.
have diarrhea.
You know, it's like, being strict with the kids so that they become and they grow up to be
Resentful.
good
and
people.
hate you.
And have daddy issues.
Exactly.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
I've seen you in action.
We're already traumatized.
What's it called? It's,
Exactly. I'm traumatized.
What do you call it?
Let
Tough
alone
love?
kids.
Tough love?
What do they call it, huh? It's a chef boy
Brilliant.
Jesus, dude.
That was brilliant.
All right.